And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, The Dark Side of. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just realized, Belle, how small I look up here. Because we have that framed up for two of us. So
You look smaller than normal, and you're sounding a little hollow there,
is it? What do you mean hollow?
like you're in a big empty room.
Oh shit! I know what that is. Hang on. Good thing. It's this here. Hang on. Go ahead and keep talking for a bit, Belle.
Fixing things in production, yay! We're good at this.
I think that's my equalizer because we were playing around with that. Is that better? Does that sound a little bit better?
That is much better.
And considering that we were talking like the entire time before we went live, you couldn't mention it then. Huh? Had to wait for production.
Well, okay, you had tunes playing and we didn't say much, so yeah.
No, and you are not centered on your very own camera.
I know the ferrets got out and they knocked my camera off, and
everything's going to pieces right now. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We're telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. We're on the lost again, by the way. It's won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the original, the mighty Belle. How are you doing today, Belle?
You know what? Again, cleaning up after escape of the ferrets. It's been a day.
Yeah, those things are little hellions. So, yeah, look, man, there's bad times out here. I mean, so that everybody knows that I'm serious. Say that when I go big like this, Belle. This is how everybody knows that I'm serious right at this very moment. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. Jackal, obviously, this is the Jackal show, so I'll talk about the price action a little bit. I'm as concerned as I think anybody else, but there's like market forces at play here. Look, man, speculators are leaving. There's very no doubt about that whatsoever, is that there's an awful lot of speculators that are just clearing out. And it's crypto is fast. It happens fast. It needs to move right this very second, or it's not going to move at all. So when you get a downturn like Jackal's having right now, and trust me, man, I'm a long-term investor in this project, so I don't really sweat the day-to-day, but yeah, man, bleeding off another 10% today. All things considered, it's not a great sign, but you still have to look kind of big picture on this. And as long as I can explain it and have a good idea of what's going on, I don't really have an issue with it. In this case, yeah, man, it's people are they're bailing, they're changing their mind. It ain't here, and off they go. There's about $30,000 worth of trading volume on it today. That's approximately. I would venture to guess that most of that was selling. We're all broke. Everybody out here is broke. We've been just getting smoked up and down on virtually everything. So there's not a lot of money left, and people are just they're running to cash, man. There's too much uncertainty out in the markets, in the world, and everything, and people are running to cash. Now, as long as I can explain it, I'm like, yeah, I don't care, man. Go ahead. It's your money, bro. You do you. And I wasn't selling today anyway, so it's the actual price today is a little bit. It really doesn't matter to me. It's the warm and fuzzy. That's what you get. That's what you get from the daily price things. Is everybody likes to see their token go up. And even if they can't explain why the token went up, everybody likes to see their token go up, man. This is crypto. This is what we're in it for. I'm kind of in it for a different reason. I'm in it because I like the tech. I do believe that we can do a lot of good with blockchain technology. But, people are out here on islands. That's it. The protocols that are actually doing something that are, for all intents and purposes, monetized. They're just getting their asses beat right now. That's up and down the board. That's not just Jackal. I mean, that's effectively everything. Cash held in there. decently today, considering a 5%. It was like a 5% Bitcoin pump. So a cash got a little bit of action on it. Osmo got a little bit of action on it, but the Jackal is just such low liquidity right now. It just doesn't take much to move the actual physical token price, and that's what you saw. I mean, I haven't added it all up. I think it crossed everything, man. Maybe a 250,000, 300,000, something like that, if you consider all the pools. But yeah, that Nolus dump off shocked people. I mean, it really did. It scared them, and they got aware of it. Started looking at this thing again, and like I said, a lot of people just changed their mind. And Nolus was that was rough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. That was just chain liquidation failures all the way up and down. But I'm not quite understanding why people are trying to leverage microcaps. And even though Jackal's sitting at about a $10 million market cap, that's still considered a microcap for crypto itself. So, anytime you start playing that fast, that loose, man, shit happens. And that's literally all it took, man, was just this big chain liquidation failure, and bombed that price down to about 3.5 cents, 3.7, somewhere around there. I mean, it recovered fine. It arbitraged all over the place, so it recovered fine. But yeah, at the time, that was it scared people. And we've been we got the arbitrage bounce like you're going to get, but people are speculators, man. They're just kind of up and bailing. Now, for me, I'll give you my whole viewpoint on this, because it ain't me, babe. All right, if I didn't sell it at 25 cents, why would I sell at 7? I mean, I think it's a fair question, Bell. Why would I sell at 7 cents when I didn't sell it at a quarter? It would make absolutely no sense. And I understand going to cash, but I'm also real clear on this show all the time that you need to diversify your holdings. You cannot be a single token maxi out here, because it's crypto, and this shit can move fast, man, up and down. So the people who are well diversified, I'm pretty well diversified. My Jackal is taking a shot in the arm, but everything else is it's more or less hanging in there. I still got a lot of top 20 holdings, and when Bitcoin moves, it's going to move everything up there. But it's more or less just for the stability. You want to take some high risk, and you want to mix it with a whole bunch of low risk, and swirl it up, and you chasing that little delta neutral thing. So it kind of works out. I do have a good cash position. I am in a place. I'm looking at it same as anybody else as far as acquiring more Jackal. And at these prices, I'm not a seller at 7 cents, man. I was like, I felt like I was one of the sole buyers at 2.5 cents. So even for all of it, all of the mess, all of the up, all of the down, all the everything, man, I'm still well up on the investment. So I'm not going anywhere. But I think the issue comes down is that crypto as a whole is it is purely speculative. I mean, there is very, very little real products out here, and people just don't know how to deal with them. They don't want to deal with them. I mean, this is degen city out here, and people would much rather prefer to gamble than to invest long term, because even for all of our for all this smart investors and all this stuff that we have out here, people still aren't looking at it like that, man. They're still looking at it as a crypto. The fact that they have a monetized token model, meaning consumers, even with that, people can't wrap their heads around it. And for what it's worth, people don't read white papers anyway. Joe made a good point last time he was on the show. These 70 and 80 page white papers, people don't make it past 4 or 5 pages. That's it. Anything deeper than that, man, I could smell the bullshit from here. So yeah, simple is better, and we don't get an awful lot of that. But you combine that with what the Dow bleed off today, Bell, about 1,000 points. So you couple the $1.5 trillion getting wiped out from TradFi on the same day that Bitcoin gets a little bit of pump. It does not solidify my opinion of Bitcoin. I'm never going to be one of those guys. I'm never going to be the maxi that's going to come on board with that. If nothing else, man, it introduces more confusion, because what really changed from Friday to today? What really changed over the weekend when no markets were open? Nothing. So suddenly, the Dow's going down, Bitcoin's going up, so people are cheering it. Yeah, see, we're just like gold. You ain't like gold, babe. All right, it's not even close. It is a massive, massive market, and Bitcoin dominance is at like 61 something percent. I mean, it is shockingly high. All that does is tell me that people are just scared, and rightfully so. They should be, because the bulk of everybody out here is invested in just pure vaporware and hopes and dreams. They're not invested in products. They wouldn't recognize one even if it bit them on the ass. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of the nature of it. Anybody who's been out here for a while, particularly me, Bell, anybody who's been with the podcast, we've seen them. We've seen them rise. We've seen them fall. We've seen them come, seen them go. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of this space. When you have people that really, really want to gamble, really, really want to get into high risk, and you have a whole bunch of developers on the other side that are more than happy to give you your shot of junk to let you pretend that you're going to come out ahead on any of these things, and you never do. But Jackal's different. Jackal, as a protocol, is different. We actually found two different ways now through Sigya. We've actually found two different ways to get files from your phone up onto Jackal. And we are kicking them around right now, seeing which one is more efficient, but most importantly, which one's more cost effective for us, because we don't have funding. I am the funding. So we have to find out which way works best for the app that we're rolling out. I love the S3 bucket. That works real good when we have one team that's building it up with the S3 bucket. And our superstar out there, he just found a whole different way of doing it. He just popped it in and say, hey, why don't we try this? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look, there's files. So yeah, there's lots of different ways to do this. And it's very, very important for a product. Now, I'll get back to the price action a little bit, because I'm pretty sure that's more or less everybody's concern. There's a lot of people that are rooting against this one. They really are. Not because they want it to fail, but because they want a better entry point. That's really all it comes down to. Well, I'll buy it at 2, but I won't buy it at 7. Again, my intrinsic valuation of this token is ludicrously high. So if I did not part ways with it at 32 cents, at 60 cents, at 80 cents, and I'm not going to part ways with it at 7 cents. I get it. It's a round trip. I'm fine with it, because at the time where Jackal was at its highest, it was barely functional. It barely worked, if at all. And now that Jackal is corrected and it's all sitting way down there at about 7 cents, that tech is flying faster than I've ever seen. We actually rickrolled. I asked Belle to do it. I didn't even tell her. She clicked the video, I think. But I actually rickrolled everybody with Jackal Share. Belle, remember that? Did you click the video? Did you click it?
I did, and that's how I discovered that you really needed to rename that file, which, hey, the rename feature actually worked.
Yeah, and that was the other funny thing. So when the file was uploaded, it was assigned a file ID and a chain ID. So that means this is the name of the file, and this is the block that it's on. So I created the share link. As soon as I was done uploading it, I created the share link. I went and viewed it. I saw that it worked, and I started sending it out because I forgot what I named the file. And the file was literally Rickroll. I forgot what I named the file. So Belle said, hey, you got to change the name of the file. So I went to the file, went back into Jackal, went to the file, hit rename, and renamed that file. So Jackal found the block where that file was stored, and changed the name of the file ID on that block, which changed everything that's ever touched that block. So I changed that name after the fact, and it changed the name on the links that I already created. It changed everything based on what I did with that one block. And I can't think of a better way to illustrate that data sovereignty is an actual fact, and that the tech actually works over there. I can't think of a better way. So I'm going to call that one a happy accident, Belle. I was kind of okay with it. But yeah, man, they just keep going and going. They keep finding out new ways of doing things. And I know there's a whole lot of myth right now, because there's like 8 million tokens are unbonding. Like 8 million are unbonding from the validators. But those are Genesis delegations. That's all it was. These are all team tokens. So they're unbonding them because they have to move it over to all over to Aerodrome. And it's going to change. As soon as that thing gets over there, the liquidity is not going to be so thin, because the team is going to be providing effectively all of the liquidity, unless they make some kind of deal out there with Aerodrome to put in the other side. But most of it is going to be provided by the team themselves. So the Axelar worked. The bridge works. Marston posted up. Everybody posted up. You can bridge tokens over to Axelar or over to Aerodrome via Axelar. You can bridge them over. There's just nothing you can do when they get there. But when the pools go up, the liquidity is going to get thicker. When the liquidity gets thicker, the small amount of buying and selling that's happening over here is just not going to shock the price as much. It's math. It is simple math. When there's $200,000 worth of liquidity and there's $20,000 worth of sell pressure on it, the token is going to correct about 10%. It's just math. So one would think it would be 5% on either side, but the tokens that it's short up with are they're all, it's basically a index token now. So anything that happens to Jackal is going to hit AXV. It's going to hit Arch. It's going to hit anything that's touching Jackal. And we used to have that nice little solid thing we could count on out here called osmosis. But it's amazing how much that DEX gets a pass on everything. And I don't really want to talk about Osmo, but I will for a minute. It's amazing to me how they get a pass on effectively everything. That token is sitting at 21 cents. 21 cents. It is absolutely 100% in the complete and total shitter, while Bitcoin is up to 87 or something like that. But for some reason, they get a pass. Anything else out here gets beat to hell. I mean, just socially, verbally, the telegrams are all lit up. Anything else happens gets beat to hell. But Osmo, which is the biggest pairing with Jackal, they get a pass. They just get a pass on everything. So it's again, nature of crypto. I'm not going to piss my pants over it, but. I have nothing to say. If I say anything positively about it, I'm a shill. If I say anything negatively about it, I'm fudding. So I'm not going to say anything about it. You guys are very, very intelligent investors, and you guys have been hanging around the podcast for a long time. You're going to look at things the way I look at things. And so I feel no real need to explain price action on Jackal. You guys have CoinGecko as well. You could take a look. Man, there's not a whole hell of a lot to it. But I'm a lot more excited about the tech, not the future tech, but the tech that exists right now. The token is down 90% from its high, 90%, little over 90% from its high, and the tech is 1,000% more effective now, functional now, working now than it ever was before. So Bell and I got plans. We have awful lot of plans on how we're going to push action onto the Jackal chain. Nobody's going to know. Nobody out here is going to know that you're actually using Jackal or that you're purchasing Jackal tokens. You're not even going to know. Everything's going to go through Astrovault. Astrovault's going to make all the changes in the swaps for us. Benji is banging away at that. Benji's a superstar, so he's certainly going to make it work. And yeah, there you go. So when we push out and we go after our consumers, all of it ends up being as buy pressure on the Jackal token without anybody even being aware of it. Now, I can keep explaining this stuff over and over, but again, crypto, man, people don't want to know. Degens don't want to know. They want to know token go up, good, token go down, bad. That's it. That's the entirety of it. And it still shocks me that people speculate in utility tokens. Utility tokens aren't going to move real fast, man. They need your big narrative or whatever to kind of kick them off. And DPIN, even though it is effective. Do you guys like the stage lights? Did anybody notice it, Bell? Did anybody mention it? That we got the stage lights? You see it blinking down there? It's not a great picture.
Nobody mentioned them.
Oh, well, I don't even know if we got anybody listening, so I'm not going to sweat it. Oh, do we? Well, great. Hey, you know what? Round of applause for you survivors out there. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, babe. That's yours. It's always been yours. It's your money, your business, none of mine. I have nothing to do with how you spend it or what you do. But I'm still not going anywhere. I mean, look, I again, diversified. We've done the same show for 6 years. And if nothing else, I want to make sure that you hear that I say diversify. And it was kind of fun. It actually pissed me off, Bell. That one actually kind of burned my ass a little bit, getting called out in the Jackal Telegram as for shilling Jackal token. And nobody stuck up for me. I mean, is that the way you guys see me? I'm being very, very serious. You did. Bell jumped in, but you're my producer, so you're expected to jump in on that. But I got to ask you guys serious.
Joseph was not happy about that either.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Did he publicly come out and say, no, Scott's not shelling, he's just talking about the tech? Did he say that? He didn't, did he? No, he never did.
He does have limits on what he can say, though.
Sure. I got to ask you guys, if we got any viewers tonight, is that the way you see me? Is that the way you see me telling you to go out and buy Jackal token? Because I'm pretty sure if you look at my videos for years and years and years of this, I've never told you how to spend your money. It's literally in my monologue. I don't care what you do, how you do it. I'm excited about the tech. I'm excited about the potential, and I'm excited to be able to use the product. That little thing, believe it or not, I was making a point with the Rickroll. I was making a point with that little thing, Bill. I could type anything. I could send up anything. I could video anything, just like that little silly video I did where I just typed it all out. How annoying was that, by the way? Watching me back up and correct and forget how to spell words and shit. How annoying was that? I was doing that to make a point. And the point is, I could send a message to anybody on the planet and everybody on the planet. And there is nothing anybody can do to stop me. There is no censorship in this because my name is not on it. If I send you a video with my face on it, I've pretty well declared, yep, this belongs to me. If I was to type something, just like I did right there, make a video and like that and send it out, hey, you better get out of Ukraine. The front lines are collapsing. They're moving here, here, and here. Nobody could stop it, and nobody could take it down. It will never, ever, ever disappear. My whole big thing is censorship. I hate censorship. I think it is the absolute worst thing that you could do to humanity is censor us, not allow us to say what we want to say, how we want to say it, to whom we want to say it. I think that is the absolute worst thing that you can do to a society. And Jackal just proved that nobody could stop that now. Nobody. Unless you want to take down the internet. I can say what I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. I typed out that video just to illustrate it. There is so that my face wasn't on it, or I could put on a goddamn Guy Fawkes mask and mask my voice a little bit. I could do all kinds of things with that. But there is nothing anybody can do to stop me. If you want to have some fun, I invite anybody, any Jackal user out here, if you really, really want to have some fun, get yourself a Guy Fawkes costume. If you don't know what it looks like, it's on V for Vendetta. Get a soundboard so that you can mask your voice, so that you can change and distort your voice, and kick out messages. Just kick out messages via Jackal file sharing. So that I shouldn't have said that out loud, though. I should have done that. I should have fucking done that. I could do anything and nobody can stop me. Nobody knows it's me. I should have fucking done that. My God, that would have been both entertaining and informative. That's how you would do those things, Belle. Just like that. There's nothing to it, babe. Record it, upload it to Jackal, share public shareable link, and post the link. It doesn't come back to you. It comes back to Jackal. The only name that's on that thing is what wallet sent it. And I haven't looked on that, but I got a hunch if I asked Marston to take that off so that there's not even a wallet present on it, it's the perfect medium for messaging. It's the absolute perfect medium for messaging, and nobody could stop you. Whether they care or not, it doesn't matter. But nobody could stop you. So think about that, Belle. That's it? You got nothing to add on to this one? I think it's awesome. I think it's a wonderful idea. And if nobody, I'm going to give it a week. And if nobody else does it, I'm going to do it. I got everything I need to change my voice and everything I need. I'm going to talk to Marston and see if he can take the wallet address off it. Maybe they could store it internally or something like that. But maybe they could give me the option to mask the wallet address. Then you'd never know it's me. You would have no idea who the hell this thing is coming from. It could be anybody. I could literally tell you I'm doing it. Send out that video, and you couldn't prove that I did it. That is, I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. This is the perfect application and the perfect use of blockchain. But token don't go up, Bell. Token don't go up. Blockchain is shit. That's just the nature of it. All right, guys. I have no idea if anybody's watching. I have no idea if we have any questions or comments. I need to wet my whistle a little bit. I'm getting sick. I don't know if you could tell. I'm very, very nasally here, but I'm getting a little bit ill. So I'm going to take just a few minutes. We're going to play you a song. I don't know what's next. I have a very successful business type fella that I'm friendly with, and he requested the intro song. So I have no idea what's coming next, but I hope you guys enjoy it. We will be right back here on the podcast on the KPOD network, and please stand by. Bella, I love that song. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome back to the podcast. Take a note here, Belle. Now, my mind is kind of racing here, and can you please take a note? I need the Guy Fawkes mask. I need the wig, and I already tried it earlier, and I can change my voice to Hugo Weaving's. I mean, just sound exactly like him. And I think maybe I'll start something. It's fun. The only thing that it's only interesting if you're talking shit. That's it. If you're talking shit or attacking the government, that's the only thing that will work really well. Doing something like that. But, it's a lot of work, but I have nothing but time, Belle. So why not do that? Use Jackal, send them out. I'll grab their graphics from V for Vendetta. I can copyright. Nobody can copyright strike me because it's not getting posted on anything social. Nobody could stop me from doing that. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I need a side project. Aside from doing World of Warship videos, I need a side project. So I think...
Don't you have enough already? You've got armor to make, don't you?
I got time. I'm just saying it doesn't take that long for me to knock out those videos. And it's actually part of Ableton. So part of my DAW. I can use my DAW to kick it out, and then I'll sound like Hugo Weaving. I think I'd be awesome at that. If you are looking for the guilty parties, you need only look in a mirror. I'm ready for this. I think something like that would be fun. It'd be engaging. I think it'd be a hoot. All right, Belle. Before I push on, do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations?
All right, so Nuclear Chicken starts off the beginning of the stream saying, okay, yeah, I'm having a migraine, so the comments might be a bit weirder than normal.
Oh, let me have it, bro. Weird is where I live. I can tell you. I didn't mention it, but tonight's show is brought to you by Belle's birthday present, and it's a Whistle Pig 15. If you've never, I'm a big fan of Whistle Pig. They don't pay us for this shit either. We shouldn't even talk about them unless they pay us. Fuck these guys. But this is like an orgasm in your mouth. That's all I can say about it. This is a 15-year aged Whistle Pig, and it is one of the smoothest, tastiest, sexiest. I mean, it's Whistle Pig, Belle. One of the just absolute joy. So if you've yeah, I was about to say, if you've ever had an orgasm in your mouth, then you're ready. You're prepared, man. You're prepared for the Whistle Pig. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
That the reason Scott's drinking that, guys, is that that literally kicked my ass.
I got a funny video. I think Jackal might put this out. I think
Please don't.
Well, it wouldn't be me,
Please
Belle.
don't.
There's no way you could prove it was me. That's the best thing about Jackal. We were you see this chair next to me? What happened, Belle? Or do you remember? Do you remember what happened with the chair? It's nothing sexual. Do you remember what occurred?
Yeah, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato floor.
Boom. I mean, she went down, hit the stage, and then rolled again to hit the floor. And it's all on video. I won't put it out without her permission, but no, but maybe we could do it up in such a way I could AI it and change your face to somebody else's. And then it could be like anybody falling off that chair and that stage and hit the ground.
The bad part is, okay, two fingers of that, and yeah, I was down.
Yeah, and it's all on video, guys. I remember when we did a stream out on the deck, and I was a little bit hammered and I slipped just a little bit. I caught myself. Everything was fine, but they like ripped the ass out of me for that. What do you think they do to you, Belle, for that video? What do you think they do to you? These guys were savage on me. It's funny when Scott does it, but they
probably won't be too hard on me because I'm the nice one.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right. So Nuclear Chicken does say Scott loved the fuzzy slippers, even though he's not watching or chatting at the moment. He's still listening.
He's still looking to the fuzzy slippers. Yeah. Got me like 4 more pair of these so I can alternate during streams, and so it's not the same shoes every day. It's 70 degrees outside, and this studio is still about 55 degrees in here. For some reason, it defies the laws of physics, and this studio is still about 55 degrees. Now, I'm okay with that because cold is better. We got a lot of electronics, a lot of cameras, a lot of everything. So, cold is certainly better on the electronics, but what do we got to do to warm it up in here, Belle? Jesus, I'm wearing a thermal shirt under this. It's still cold. My nipples are rock hard. That's right. That's right. Sexy boy here. I don't know. We'll work it out. But thank you for the slipper compliment, Belle. Carry on.
All right. So Nuclear Chicken's next question was asking, "What are you drinking tonight?"
Okay.
You've already answered that one.
We handled that. Carry on, Belle.
All right. Maxim actually said regarding Jackal, there is also a drop in active files.
Could be. Now, there's a double-edged sword to decentralization. Now, I am not going to say that I'm 100% in the know in this, but I'm 95% in the know in this. There's a double-edged sword to decentralized storage providers, and that means anybody can unplug the box at any time. Now, if you read or looked at what they did, there's the self-healing network kind of thing. But all of this was not exactly in place up to this moment. And what it means by the self-healing network, you upload a file. It goes through a randomly selected storage provider, and from there it's mirrored off into additional storage providers. That has always been the plan. I cannot say with absolute assurity that it's always been functioning correctly. Now it is. I mean, as of like right now, it is. But I can't say that it was before. And anybody who's been uploading data over the years of Jackal is, I'm sure they got some missing files, dead files, stuff like that. So up until then, it was kind of always the plan, but I can't really say up and down if it was fully functional. I mean, if you got stuff like that, tech questions, the Jackal Discord, the Jackal Telegram, anybody up there, it's not like they hide from it. I mean, Christ's sakes, Marston spends his life monitoring these things. I wish he would just blow it off and focus on, coding, doing that bareback coding that that Marston seems to like to do. But yeah, that's kind of the issue with that. So anybody can unplug their storage provider at any time. It is decentralized. So there is no actual guarantee that that particular storage provider is always going to be up. There's a reason that they work so hard on the self-healing portion of it, so that if somebody does unplug a storage provider, the network's going to poll itself. It's going to see that there's 2 copies instead of 3, so it's going to create another copy from the last known good copy. That's what it's doing now. That has always been the plan. I cannot swear that it's always been working, guys. I have no further insight in this than anybody else. It's not like they ping me and say, "Hey, Scott, what do you think about this?" I don't get any of that information. So I know what you know. That is the plan. That should be it going forward. And, it's a kind of a developing product. If you want to bitch, man, bitch to Jackal. Anyway, that's it. Carry on, Bell.
All right, so next one coming in from New Type. I don't know, guys. We constantly keep hearing this innovations and features or new proposals for Jackal, and it's still been down only. That's why I appreciated the Evergreen videos.
Yeah, what are you going to do, man? Look, there's a lot of speculators in crypto. Crypto is 99% pure speculation. And speculators are not patient. They're not in it for the long haul, man. They're in it, and they're going to get the fuck out. If it goes up, they're going to take their percentage, and they're going to bail out. New Type, I understand what you're saying, bro. But again, it's going to come down to math, man. I can't make people hold on to the token. I don't even advise people to buy it. I advise you to use Jackal. Use the protocol. Protocol, people use it. Token go up. It's just kind of the nature of it. But eventually, it was going to come down to this, man, where the speculators, it's just not enough action. People are tired, and people are going to bail out. The protocol itself is still going to function regardless of the token price. It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to the protocol. So it is going to keep functioning, and it's going to keep functioning as people are still digging in. But for an investment like this, man, you have to decide, is the price today the most important thing, or is the functionality of the protocol the most important thing? I mean, that's it. That's where it comes down. If you like it, then buy it. If you don't, then don't. But it's completely up to you. It is your money. It is your business. New Type, I understand what you're saying, bro. But there is so much that's going on out here. It's not just, oh my God, Jackal go down. It's all the other little things that kind of tip into this. Jackal was sitting at like 95, 96 cents a year or so ago. But the protocol itself was barely functional. Now the protocol is very, very functional, and the token's down to 7 cents. So, nobody's going to really predict this thing. But I have a long-term view on it. Long-term doesn't happen overnight. There are plenty of tokens that I can speculate in. I can go out, and I've been doing this shit for years. Going out, making money, harvesting other things, bringing it back, buying Jackal. Not that I alone am going to hold up that price. There's too many tokens out there, too many speculators, too many anything. But what I'm getting at for now and what I anticipate this thing being at are wildly different things. So go ahead, man. I'm not going to be sitting here rah-rahing it. Oh, yeah, get it down. I'm not ever going to be one of those douchebags. I would much rather Jackal be at $1.50 right now than 7.5 cents or whatever it is. I would clearly love it to be up there higher. But it's still not going to change my entire investment strategy around this. It's not changing a goddamn thing. The tech is going to win out in this one, man, over time, because the customers that they're chasing, that we're chasing, that me and Bell are chasing, they don't know shit about crypto. They don't want to know shit about crypto, and they're the perfect avenue for us to give a little nudge to this. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
Hi, Zazo Think Tank. I joined just as Scott was saying we should never take his advice, which I don't anyway. I like the channel for comparison and still make my own choices.
Why would you take my advice on fucking anything, man? What do I know? I give you my viewpoint and I give you my context. This is why I am doing X, Y, and Z. Not that you should. Now, I'm not, I understand that people bought into on this because I can be very, very charming and very, very persuasive. I get it. I'm going to own it. I'm sorry that you're down. But it wasn't me that did it, man. All right. It's an overall kind of market conditions, and you really have to look big picture at all of this stuff. But that is not the attention span of crypto. The attention span of crypto, it's still memes. It's Farcoin. It's this bullshit that does absolutely nothing that people assign value to. But it has none to itself because it doesn't do anything. But there's the market we have and the market that we want. I invest in the market that I want, not the market that I have. I have to play around in it. I have to go Thunderdome on some of these things. I have to go up there and blow people up. It's not pleasant. I don't want to do it. But, you know, we're chasing a delta neutral here, guys. So that means I have to gain on other stuff to cover the losses on side B. So side A, I have to be profitable to cover side B. And that's just, you know, that's investing zero. That's not even 101 stuff, man. That is just investing zero. I like doing the evergreen videos. I love it because I'm basically explaining everything that's happening out here. But again, man, people, the crypto attention span is irrelevant. You just watched Ohm blow up. You just watched that bitch go from what Bill, $6 billion down to effectively worthless. You just saw it happen. And people are still already coming back over to Ohm saying never been a better time to buy. Well, look, the founder is going to burn all of his tokens. He didn't buy them. He fucking printed them. It's not that hard and not this big, you know, wherewithal on this to say, well, I'm going to burn all my tokens. You didn't fucking buy them. If you had bought them, if you would put $1 billion in there and say, I'm going to burn $1 billion worth of my own tokens, you got something there. But you didn't do it. You fucking printed them. It's, again, man, it's all sleight of hand with all of these people, and you need to pay attention to this shit. But people are jumping all over. Never been a better time to buy. It just fucking nuked. And yet people are still on there, man. That is crypto. God, it's crypto in a nutshell. Anyway, carry on, Bell.
Yeah, one thing about that whole thing this weekend where people were attacking you for shilling Jackal. It's funny over the past year and a half alone how often the meaning of the word shill changes. Now, I'm going to default back to the original version. In order to be considered a shill, you have to be paid and or acknowledge that you are a representative of the company Okay? We've never gotten paid by Jackal. So, not shills. Number 2, we work and bust our tail ends off to earn the Jackal that we do have. So, and neither one of us has ever claimed to be a representative of Jackal Protocol.
No, man.
So get your definitions right. Yes, I am still upset about that. Hence the knife hands coming out.
The knife hand. Bell's gonna karate chop you. Yeah, look, man, I'm not. Again, look, if you lost some money on this, bro, I'm so sorry that you lost money on it. And sure, I'll take my ownership of it, but it's not like I was the one that was blowing you up, man. It's crypto, just crypto.
You shouldn't take ownership of that because at the beginning of every show, you flat out stated, you and I both, depending on which intro we used, we are not offering financial advice. We are not telling you what to do with your money. We are telling you what we're doing with ours.
Yeah, but you know what? I will come back, and again, I apologize if you're down on your investment. I do apologize. All I can say is that I'm working hard for you, not to go buy Jackal tokens, but to create products that by their usage will create buy pressure on the Jackal token. That's it, man. Look, we're not gonna speculate our way out of this. We have to grow our way out of this. The way that we grow our way out of this is people using Jackal. I have enough. In fact, it's up now substantially, about 10% more, that I can literally provide 50 gigabytes of Jackal storage to 45,000 people. All you got to do is ask, man. That's it. Hit Bell up, send her a Jackal wallet address. That wallet is going to be turned on, and you're going to have 50 gigabytes of cloud storage via Jackal. As soon as Sigia launches, you're going to be mobile at the same time. It ain't going to cost you shit. It won't cost you fuck all. But that's how you grow out of it. That's it. And again, man, crypto cannot wrap their head around the difference between organic growth and speculative growth. Speculative growth is basically every other bit of crypto. I mean, Tesla. I always come back to Tesla because I admire what he did. I think it was incredible. But when Tesla is bombing off 10, 12, 14% a day like it was doing, and we're talking about billions of fucking dollars, does it change the car? Did it change anything about the company aside from the price of the stock? It didn't change shit. They're still building cars. They're still pushing them out. They're still good. I don't own one, but I'm to the point where I really want to buy one, Bell, just to piss off all the liberal douchebags. I would love to do it. I would love to do it just to piss these people off, so that when they're protesting against me, I can give them the big old fat fucking finger as I'm driving by silently because it's a Tesla. I would love to do something like that. Maybe
I will so make fun of you if you buy a Tesla.
I'd buy a Cybertruck too. I want to be as douchebaggy as I possibly can. If I was doing that, I'd be in a goddamn Cybertruck.
Making fun of you for that.
You know, I know that the back automatically pops up. There should be no problem for me to actually mount some kind of mechanical 50 cal mount, so that I could raise up the trunk and a 50 cal pops up. It'll be semi-automatic. You know, you can't have a fully automatic 50 caliber like a Modouche. You can't have that. But semi-automatics are perfectly legal. So I think that'd be fun as hell. Drive by the protest, raise up the thing, and the 50 cal mount comes up the top of it. That's what you use a fucking Cybertrunk for. That would be absolutely wonderful. All right, Belle.
Yeah, just do better and get the flamethrower dog. I mean, come on.
I don't want the flamethrower dog. I'm an old school kind of guy. All right. And nothing says you're about to have a bad day like talking machine guns. And if anybody who is ever in the service knows what I mean by that, talking machine guns, there's no better way to illustrate that I have had enough of your bullshit than a 50 cal popping out the back of it.
Like you wouldn't have fun with the flamethrower dog. Don't lie to me.
I would. I mean, and if I could fit the 50 cal flame dog in the back of the Cybertruck and just pull up, drop the tailgate, raise up the thing, and the flamethrower dog comes out and the 50 cal goes up. Yeah, go ahead, key this. That would be about all I could get from that. All right, Belle, one more. We got to play a song.
All right, Maxim, I wonder what would be the pairing on Aerodrome when and if it's there.
They have been in discussions about that, and it's either going to pair with Ethereum or it's going to pair with USDC. One of those two things. Now, for me, this is the crypto guy in me coming out. I'm going to go big screen for it. Look, I'll even I'll even throw that up. I think Ethereum would be the better pairing. Now, let me explain why. Ethereum is down. Ethereum is down hard, but you have got to acknowledge brand recognition. That's kind of the whole thing, is that you have to acknowledge that Ethereum and Bitcoin effectively go hand in hand. And when you're talking about cryptocurrency, your average non-crypto people will recognize the name Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. That's the ones that they're going to recognize real quick. So as far as the Ethereum killers and all these things that are going to shut Ethereum down, and Ethereum isn't going anywhere, man. All right, now is it going to pop back? I believe it will. Are you going to get wealthy on Ethereum? I don't believe you will. You could 2x it again, sure, that's fine. But you can 2x crypto daily. Just find the right one, and you're going to get a goddamn 2x out of it. It's not that hard. I would like it to pair with something that has extreme brand recognition and the potential to give it a little bit of a carry. And Ethereum does that. Even if Ethereum was really bad and dropped all the way down to $1,000 a token. Let's say it took a 30% hit. I don't see that happening, but let's speculate and pretend it does. Even if it took a 30% hit, it's still in a better position than effectively everything that Jackal's been paired against. Everything. So I have no problem utilizing crypto the way crypto can be utilized to give Jackal a little bit of a carry. If Ethereum hits a hot run, then it's going to carry Jackal right along with it. And with the limited amount of liquidity that's over here right now, that's on the Jackal token, it would definitely give it one hell of a nice pop. So I would prefer to pair it against Ethereum as opposed to USDC. If it's USDC, then Jackal's all on its own. And Ethereum's pretty low right now, but it's not going anywhere. I'll have that discussion all day, every day with anybody. All right, guys. Anyway, we'll get to the rest of your questions. I still don't know if anybody's watching or not, but if you are, I certainly appreciate your time. Another round of applause. They're survivors of the crypto wars right now, Bell. But yeah, let me hit one more song. I don't know which one it is. I have no idea what's next. I hope it's a good one. And we'll get right back. We'll finish up your questions. So if you could, please stand by. We will be right back here on the podcast on the KPOD network. Oh, I like this song, Bell. I like this one. Dragging the line. Bam, bam. My dog Sam eats purple flowers. Ain't got much, but we've got towers. We did snow and the rain and the bright sunshine. I'm doing the harmonies, Bell. I was doing the harmonies. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. All right, Belle. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, we got time. Go ahead. Whatever's next. Hit it.
We have just a few more left. So, Zazo Think Tank, wait, did you say you have video of the Bell chair incident?
Yes, I record everything that happens in this studio. If you're in this studio and you're talking, you are being recorded with audio. So yeah, I do. I do have video of that. We should sell them, Bell. NFT that thing. All right, people. We got to earn, you know. We should just NFT it, Bell, and we'll send it. She ain't gonna let me do it, but yes, I will confirm that we do in fact have video of that.
So he goes on to say, is that time to update the Diamond Hands video then?
It could be. That's funny, Bill. I'm sorry. It was great. I mean, I haven't been in that kind of condition for a long time. Again, executive alcoholic, so I can I can take it. But yeah, that was funny.
That variety just hit me like a freight train.
You know what?
I mean, it did.
Because it's pure joy, and I have no better way of describing this than an orgasm in your mouth. That's it. Go ahead, make that video cut. You can send that one out. Carry on, Bell.
All right, Coney Daddy over Twitter at the set is looking good.
You know what, bro? I appreciate that. You know what? I'll give you a round of applause. I didn't know anybody was going to tune in tonight. Yeah, bro, I'm still battling it. It looks like we got the lighting pretty much down. Framing it up, I'm still struggling with it a little bit. I have to find a way to keep the screen on here. So clearly, look, man, I'm minuscule on this frame right now. You would never allow it, and you shouldn't. All right, it's probably fine if I was sitting in a stool, but ever since we put Emery in the chair and I got accused of racism for it, I'm like, oh no, I'm sitting in this fucking chair forever now. That's it. This is the show. So.
Oh, and yeah, I'm always going to be looking down on you.
Yeah.
One way or another.
And that's fine. Look, man, I don't give a shit what people think about. Well, I mean, everybody cares a little bit. I care a little bit, but I'm not going to change it up. So, yeah, man, I do appreciate it. You know what we're missing, Coney Daddy, is a Jackal signage right there, bro. And if you guys pay for it, it's about $200. We'll put a Jackal right there, right above my head, a nice big fat Jackal illuminated signage sitting right back there, man. So $200, it's yours. Let me know, and we'll get it ordered. We have a connection on Etsy, so that I think we're missing that one, Bell. I'd love to have that Jackal thing. I have the hat with the old logo. That's all I have. I don't even have anything with the new Jackal logos on it. Nobody sends me shit, and it's funny because
I don't have anything with the new Jackal logo on it either.
You know, and it's funny because I get grief for the token price like it was me, but Jesus, I don't even have a t-shirt. I have one thing, and Coney Daddy sent it to me, was a etched bourbon glass with the Jackal logo in it. That's it. That's the only thing that we want. But signage would be better, bro. I'm just saying. Go ahead and carry on, Bell.
All right, so last one for the moment coming in from New Type. What happens if it is no longer profitable for Jackal validators to validate the chain? We say the protocol will last forever, but will it if no validator is left to verify the Jackal chain?
Oh, bro, if it came to that, I'd be the validator. I'll be the only one. If I need to spread them out across 10 validators, I'll spread it off across 10 validators. We pulled our own validator down. Because, and the podcast validator, we used to be a top 10 on that one, but we took our own validator down because I didn't want any appearance of impropriety when I'm talking about Jackal Tech. Well, you're doing that because you're a validator. So yeah, we pulled all of our validators down off from anything. I don't want to be accused of that. Now, personally, I think we're the best validator because we don't sell tokens. All we do is accumulate. So it's almost like we're protecting ourselves. But yeah, we couldn't continue doing that. That's really all it was, because it gives you the appearance of impropriety, and we wanted nothing to do with that. So
that and everybody got busy, and I am not a tech head. I could not maintain a validator.
No, but I could. I do have time. But again, I just didn't want that. I didn't want that. Had I to do it over again, I'd have left the validator up. It was. It's not that hard. They're not that expensive. Validator costs about $80 a month. It's not that real. It's not that expensive to do it. And if I would have known I was going to be getting shit for it regardless, I would have just left the validator up and been accumulating more and more tokens. But again, we tried to walk the, Bell and I tried to walk the exact straight and narrow. And it turns out it doesn't matter out here in this space, man. You're going to get shit regardless of what you do or how, honest you try to be about doing it. So you're always going to get shit for it. I would have left the validator up, but, we can't really go back now. And we have a nice deal worked out with Squirrel Logic, and anytime I stake tokens with them, they provide storage for wallets. And that's kind of what we're about right now, is getting as many people to use Jackal as we can. I made a bet with it was a gentleman's bet. It's not like it was anything official. Here you go, Coney Daddy. Remember this? Remember that graphic? Look how good that looks up there, bro. I told Patrick that we can crash them, that we can force them to scale, and he said you cannot do it. So I took that very, very seriously, and anything that I have to do to put action on that network, I am going to do it. Just so I hope maybe someday Patrick comes back and says, dude, let us scale up before you continue to hammer us with customers. That's my dream. That's it, man. That would be it. And I'm not going to, I wouldn't take a victory lap on it. I like Patrick. I think he's a wonderful guy. Excellent biz dev CEO of this protocol. So I wouldn't take a victory lap on it, but you'd see my wink and nod. Huh? Yeah. And we'd all know. That would be good enough for me, Bell. We'd all know. And there you go. How come every time I flip to this frame, Bell, and I look over at the monitor, which you're on right now, you have this really angry look on your face? What the hell?
I'm not angry. I'm just focused.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting questions through direct message now. It's a little bit distracting during a stream.
Okay. Is it something that we have to address right now? You see this frame right here, Coney Daddy? This is, I don't know how to fix this. All right. Look, we have this set up for a stage with two people. So I don't know how to fix this and keep the monitor in here. We have to keep the monitor. The only thing I could think of to do would be to put in like an 80 or 100-inch monitor here, so you'd have a floor-to-ceiling bell just screaming out at you. I think that'd be funny, the bell. That would be so Orwellian at that point. That would be so Big Brother. And we'd actually change it. I would do the stream from inside. You'd be sitting out here, and you would just see an enormous Scott talking head right there. BB. And every time I come up, I need you to go like this and say B, 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 B. That's it. That's my dream of doing this. I'll wear the Guy Fawkes mask so nobody will know it's me. That'd be cool. All right. We got anything else, Belle?
Yeah, we do. Private Human, explain the contradiction of pedophile misuse and anonymously privacy with Jackal again, please.
Are you honestly, brother, look, man, I know where you're coming from on this, and I'm sure that Jackal has addressed it. It would probably be a hell of a lot better to address this to Jackal itself. Tools of freedom. That's really where it all comes down to, and not every human is going to be able to handle it. They simply will not. Anything that can be misused, odds are good that it will be misused. But the argument itself is facetious argument. Fallacious. It's the booze bell. Would be to suggest that because Jackal exists, that it's going to pick up. And I know where you're going with the child porn. I know what you're doing. I know where you're going with this, bro. I've had this conversation, and we've had these discussions at length, me and Bill. One would be to suggest that it's going to increase because Jackal exists. The other is that ever existed until Jackal came into existence. It's always been there, and it will always be there. So I understand. Look, man, there are sick fucks out here, and it is kind of up to, this is a reason that we actually need law enforcement, is for shit like this. But to suggest that it is going to get into this huge realm of the unknown right now, where we're getting just so much of it, it can't be stopped. To do something like that and to suggest something like that is absolutely ludicrous, man. All right, it exists now. You could literally do the same fucking thing that Jackal is doing with a goddamn thumb drive. So should we outlaw thumb drives? Should we outlaw data storage? People are not ready for freedom. I've made this argument forever and ever. People are not ready for it. They cannot handle it. They cannot comprehend it. Because if you don't have Papa Government that's looking over every single thing that you do, it must be illegal, right? If it cannot be monitored, if it cannot be controlled, it must be illegal. If you're going to use that kind of bullshit argument, then I'm going to come back with the same kind of bullshit argument. If government cannot monitor it, whatever it happens to be, whatever particular acts you have to grind, it simply must be illegal. It must be regulated, and it must be removed, because that's what you're saying. There is no rational way that you can do something like that, or that you could even make the argument, man. People have been sharing files forever. This may make it more efficient, but it's not going to increase the amount that it's doing it. That's kind of where it comes down to. And if you do have a rational argument for how something like this will actually increase illegal activities, hit me up, bro. Let me know. Give me your argument. I'm more than happy to listen to it. I just don't believe that that's the case. The Tor. Do you know what the Tor is? Because the Tor has been around for fucking ever. But it didn't exactly increase the amount of activity that you're suggesting right there. It's a fallacious argument, man. Fallacious. Did I say it again? I said it again. It's a facetious argument, man.
Facetious, yes.
It's a fallacy of division. If you don't know what the fallacy of division is, I'm going to make it real simple here for you. Bell, say yes or no. All right. True or false to whatever statement I make. Are you ready, Bell?
I'm ready.
Okay. A jet plane can fly from New York to Paris.
Yes.
A jet plane has jet engines.
Yes.
A jet engine can fly from New York to Paris.
No.
But if you apply it to the fallacy of division, if any part of the set of statements is true, they're all true. It's propaganda. This is how this shit works. So, look, man, I'm not going to sit up here and defend them, man. They have very, very well-schooled people. The only thing
And they do have protocols in place just in case something like that happens.
If you
go ask the Jackal team.
If you publicly disclose a file, if you make a shared version of it and you publicly disclose that file, the validators can pull that file down. They can delete it. They will vote. They'll say, yep, it's crap, and they will wipe it out. Not even that, that's not even enough, because I almost guarantee you that Jackal protocol is going to take every bit of data, every bit of everything that they have up there, and they're going to send it on to the feds. They can't tell you who did it, but they can say, this is what we found, and this is what was removed. You guys go do your job now. That's what Jackal can do.
Actually, considering the field that Patrick and Marston started in, I would bet that if anyone could track down the identity of the perpetrator, it's gonna be those two.
Boy, I mean, that's a tough road to hoe, Bell. That's all I gotta say. I could generate
forensics.
No, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying that I can generate a brand new Jackal wallet address right now, and it will not have my name on it. It will have no association to me whatsoever. So if they can do that, I think they crack the code. I think that'd be very, very tough.
But most people are not on, our skill set level. So
not mine. Maybe Patrick and Marston, man. Yeah, these guys are they are bloodhounds, man. So who knows? How come I never hear questions like this on other people's streams or spaces or anything like that? How come it always comes to me? Why does it end up here? That all of a sudden I get these fucking nuclear bomb questions that are coming up here. How come nobody ever asks, hey, Scott, how are you doing today? You having a good day? I mean, I've lost money like you guys wouldn't fucking believe over the last month, but nobody ever checks in on my own personal health and wellness. I get child porn. Boom. That's what I get. That's what we get here on this stream.
Actually, Nuclear Chicken did ask the question, okay, how's everybody doing today? And you were one of the people that he, asked that question of. So.
Yeah, but he didn't single me out. If he would have said, hey, Scott, how are you doing, man? I care about your health and wellness. I know that you're heavily invested and Jackal's, really kind of bleeding off right now. How are you doing mentally? Nobody asked me that shit. They never do, man. They just say, oh, fuck him. That's what I get. This is good booze. Oh, my God, Belle. This stuff is fantastic.
And that booze is making you forget that, I do ask how you're doing. So.
Yeah, well, you do, but you're expected to. All right? Nobody else does. But I'm not. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it there. Anyway, whatever we got left, Belle, go ahead.
All right. So, Private Human again, you claim to be pro-free speech. The Tesla is like a mobile. It scans your retina face, transmits data to God knows where. It actively films the surroundings and hunts without your knowledge by scanning bypassers' faces for search persons which might have said something critical against the stream. The Tesla records your conversations inside with AI analysis.
Yes, and sir, I am aware of all of these things. But where the fundamental breakdown is as far as me being a libertarian is that it's my choice, bro. I know that the Tesla does all these things. Nothing you're saying is going to be surprising to me. I know it does all these things. I know the type of data that it stores, but it's my choice. Now, currently, I don't drive one, but if I do, I'm going into that with my eyes wide open. It is my personal choice. And that is the fundamental breakdown between the left and the right. The political left and the political right in this country is that we make choices. People cannot accept that. They're fine as long as you make a choice, but you have to choose what they would choose. And if you choose what they would choose, then, you're on their team, on the plantation, and life is good. And this is left or right. It has nothing to do with my, my personal politics, because, again, I'm a libertarian. I don't side with anybody. I think you're all full of shit. I think government is way too fucking big. And there's not been a government in the history of mankind that's been able to manage an economy, but we still suggest it is. So while I understand what you're saying, say, private human, understand, bro, that if I do this, if I was to buy that, I am well aware of what it's doing, and I'm okay with it. That's really all it comes down to. I am willing to accept the burden for the convenience. Not saying I will. I'm just saying that I'm aware of it. So whether you agree or disagree with my decision to do it is also irrelevant unless you're going to help me buy the truck. If you want to pitch in some cash, bro, we can have this conversation. But if it's on me, it's my money, it's my choice. I'm well aware of what they do with it, and I choose to submit myself to that. Not saying I will. I'm just saying that I'm aware of it. This is absolutely the breakdown between the left and right. People cannot wrap their heads around personal responsibility and personal choice. They just can't do it. Carry on, Bell.
All right, Zazo Think Tank. The next time Astrovald is on, can we pin Eric down and answer why no FET still? Have asked tons of times in Discord. I hate using Osmo.
Oh, why no FET? Well, you can ask.
I actually know the answer to this one.
Take it away.
It's because he hasn't gotten the name of anybody in charge that would be responsible for having the conversation with him. That's literally all it is. He's been given several names, and they're either no longer with FET or he just doesn't get a response.
I wouldn't get that hung up on them anyway. Personal opinion coming in, guys, not financial advice whatsoever. FET missed their window. That's it. It was great. It was fun. I made a fucking lot of money on FET back in its heyday, dude. 6 cents, and I was selling that shit at $5 all the way down. I was having a ball. But they missed their window. They were another one of these that continues to promise, but delivers dick. And there's enough of that in crypto. People are starting to see their way around it. And whatever window they had, everything's fucking AI now. Everything. And you don't have to go to FET to get it. So I am not going to really swirl a lot of money in those tokens. If I can flip them, I'll flip them. But it's not really a lifestyle choice for me at this point in time between them. And there's a couple other ones that were the big AI tokens like Arai and shit like that, which is funny because they had no AI on their platform whatsoever. But it's the narrative is past. That's it. And, I wouldn't really venture back into that. But good luck in your investment, bro. I'll just kind of put it up there. It's not for me anymore. But I loved it at 6 cents. I'll just put it there. Anyway, go ahead, Bell.
Goblin John. Hey, Scott, how's life?
How's life? Life is, I lost a lot of money today. I've been losing a lot of money effectively every day, but I'm aggressively chasing that delta neutral. I started memeing a little bit more, not a lot. Just a little bit up there, taking some flyers and some of these things, seeing what's kind of coming around. I got a nice little shot in the arm from New Kind of Network, NKN. Bell, you remember NKN?
I do. Well, It's not like I don't use the messaging app.
They have a really, really good messaging app up there. It's called N Mobile, and it's one of 4 actual blockchain mobile applications that are on my phone right now, that because I don't do wallets, I don't do any kind of crypto action on my phone. What the fuck's the matter with you doing all that shit? But I mean, UK already proved they'll open your phone, man. Apple rolled over. They said, sure. You want to see what's going on over there? No problem. Here's how you do it. So why you would do anything crypto related on your phone is a little bit of a mystery to me. But as far as financials go, but it's one of the few blockchain applications that's actually on my phone, and it's called New Kind of Network. The apps, it's iPhone, it's Android, it's anything that you want. It's a very, very good messaging app. If you go over to the podcast Discord, I literally posted my QR code. So if you want to friend me on there, send me messages on NKN. I'll never know it's from you. I have no idea, no way of finding out who is who, but I posted my QR code. So you can just scan it with NKN, boom, I'm your friend, and you can message me. And I didn't get any messages, Bell, none. Nobody sent me anything. I thought that was really cool. But we've been using it for years. But, it caught a nice little 80-90%, so I was able to clear some of my position. But, yeah, I'm always sniffing around that one. I like anybody who's building apps. Hope that answered the question, Bell. Carry on.
Last one coming in from Zazo Think Tank. Scott sitting next to a bottle of 15-year-old Whistle Pig, and we hear, I'm doing well. This stuff is like an orgasm in your mouth. Sometimes we don't want more.
Well, then you shouldn't ask the question, or nobody should mention it. I don't know how better to describe it. There was a vape juice, because you guys know I vape. I mean, it's not like I hide it on the streams or anything like that. But there was a juice that I used to... You remember the juice I used to get out? It was called Leprechaun Semen. There is something about these really odd communities that they like these funny names, but it was called Leprechaun Semen. That was the name of the juice, and I absolutely loved it. You can't get it anymore. It's all gone. But that's an orgasm in your mouth, Bell. And if I'm ever assaulted by a bunch of leprechauns, I'm ready. All right, I'm good. I've already made it through this. So, yeah. I have no better way of describing Whistle Pig than that right there. It's orgasm in your mouth, and coupled with leprechaun semen, man. I'd have a very neat day. Neat day. That's all we got. All right, Belle, we're all good?
We're all good.
All right. So appreciate you guys joining us tonight. I didn't think anybody was going to tune in, man. Crypto, anything out here is just absolutely dead. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm not sweating Jackal. The price today is irrelevant to me. It really is. And that's another crypto thing that you can just never get across to crypto people, is that the price today is very much irrelevant to me. It could be 80 cents, man, and nothing would change about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, where I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, everything. The 5 W's, nothing would change. The price is irrelevant to me. What's very, very relevant to me is the tech. And if I start sending out very, very weird videos of somebody wearing a Guy Fawkes mask and all that, I'm just using it to illustrate that censorship is dead. It does no longer exist on this planet because Jackal Protocol exists. And as long as Jackal Protocol exists, I can say what I want, when I want, how I want, about who I want, and there's absolutely dick that you can do about it. As long as we're not doing snuff films, child porn, the shit that anybody would find morally unacceptable, Jackal's cool with it, man. I know, because we really push the boundaries out here with some of the shit that we're posting. But I'm doing it to illustrate to the entire world, if possible, that there is a method for you to do whatever the fuck you want to do, and do it mobily, and do it via mobile, and do it with a level of convenience that you've never really had before. So that's what I'm sticking around for. That's why I'm still into this. The price really doesn't matter to me right now. When it gets to $2, we can have that conversation. But the more acquire at these prices, man, Daddy needs a private island too. So I see this as a very good way of getting this without ever damaging the token itself. So there you go. Anyway, Bell, if you could please talk us up, take us out. I don't know if we have a guest tomorrow. We have to get somebody, but Bell, go ahead and get us out of here. I don't feel well.
All right, again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys and the comments and questions you send our way. Now, with that being said, we are going to be back on, hopefully, with Scott feeling better tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and then, if you guys have any other comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to either Scott or myself, Scott at thepodcast.com or Bella at thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word,